My friend, this is a baritone ukulele, and I know it's huge. Look at me, small head, big ook. So what we have is the same thing as any ook. A soprano ook, however, is tuned with a G, C, E, A, and a bari ook is tuned like a guitar. It just does not have the 5 and 6 strings, meaning when you play what you think is a C major on a ook, you're actually looking at a G major on a bari. A bari has about 30 inches, 28 to 30 inches here. A soprano normally would be about 20 inches, which is, it's a lot smaller in comparison. A concert's about 24 inches for the fretboard, and then a tenor, which is the size in between a concert and a bari, has a little bit more. It has about 2.5 inches, so about 26, 27, 28 inches. When we play a bari, guitar players will notice that when we play a G, we have no 5 and 6, or we play a C, we have no 5 and 6. So the chords are pretty self-explanatory if you're making a quick transition. This is mobile, and it's a great way to write and just to practice your scales. If you can practice your scales on this, you will become more proficient at the guitar scales. I like it because I get to utilize the top 4 strings of the guitar and not have to think about the low rudimentary notes of the bass. However, that's there. If you like the way that I teach, enjoy the way that I talk, check out this channel, move yourself to learn a new instrument and learn chords for the ones you already play and have a little bit more theory vocabulary in your tool bag. This is the saddle that sits on top of the bridge. Now the saddle is the piece, the bridge is affixed to the body. It holds the strings over the top of the fretboard, so when you press down, we can hear frequencies out of the sound hole. The frequencies of the vibration bounce off back and forth inside of this unit. It's why we want to have a hardwood top and hardwood sides. But if you have a hardwood top, that is sufficient. Laminate sides are great. It has scallop bracing on the inside, so when it gets a little warm or gets a little wet or dry, your instrument doesn't crack or break because of the weather shifts. So when we go and put the strings on, they go up to the tuning pegs. The tuners up here generally have a gear mechanism unto which when you turn it, it turns a gear which is turned sideways on another gear, thusly tightening the unit. What we want to do is get the aforementioned frequencies of a D, a G, a B, and a E. Thusly, you'd be able to play the chords and it would sound in tune with other instruments in concert pitch. Now this whole thing, the aforementioned, is the body. It has a little dreadnought series type style here. What we like to do is see these as being the 4 string, the 3 string, the 2 string, and the 1 string. And then this being, of course, the same name. So we'd have the 1 tuner, 2 tuner, 3 tuner, 4 tuner. Groovy? So, reverse that. 4, 3, 2, and 1. 1 being the highest, the E. Same way for guitar. We would have the 5 and 6 strings being the low E and the low A strings. So when we're going through the process of seeing this, we've already covered the nut, the saddle, the bridge, the body, the sound hole, the frets, and then the metal pieces are called the frettings. So you never really want to play on the frettings. You always want to play in the middle. I always say you never want to swim on shore. You want to swim in the water. And then what we like to do is see that the tone of this is a little bit higher. If you are playing a bari ook and you have it with other ukuleles that are playing, it might be a little confusing at first that you'd be playing what you consider a D and they're playing a G. When I'm playing with other people like that, I play the chord that they're going to be playing on theirs, and then I just do a subtle movement and move to the chord that I know. So if we're playing a D, and I know that my D looks like that on an ook, when I'm playing, I'll just go for the D like this and make a quick transition and go, and just put down my finger here. It looks as almost like we're playing a D major. Yeah, people will see that and go, oh, cool, D, for the transition, if you haven't already talked about it. And then just moving our fingers slightly down for a B minor 7, right? All of them. And then throwing down our finger right here, right? So what happens is you would see it either as being a D sus and not play this low note, or you would just keep it as it is up top and it forms your G for you. Long story short, that's some reverse theory for you. If you dig all the parts on this, thumb it up, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.